There's this thing that happens when you believe that your one parent is bad, selfish, doesn't love you, whatever it is, for so many years, and you don't have them in your life, and then you figure out, oh my God, it's been the opposite. Actually, it's been the opposite. And so what happens is all day long, for this, especially at the beginning, all day long, you're gaslighting yourself in your head, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at least for me, I decided to try to go into it with a blank slate, like clean eyes, try to just wipe my brain of any preconceived notions, of any ideas I have, because I don't know what's been programmed in there or what's been my evidence of that from my own experience. Can this really be true? Going back and forth and being like, no, mom couldn't have done this to me. This would be terrible, because if this is true, then this means, oh my gosh, my parent is not the great, good parent, loving parent that I thought I had. And if this is true, I've done so much damage to my dad. So you're going back and forth all day long, gaslighting yourself from, oh, I've been through parental alienation. Oh no, mom's still right and she's not that bad. I was looking for evidence in my dad's actions, in his words, but mostly in his actions. And good advice my therapist gave me during that time was to evaluate the fruits of the relationship and gather evidence as if I were compiling a study to see, no, I'm going to figure out for myself what my dad is all about. I'm going to figure out for myself if he loves me, if I think he loves me, because I wasn't able to do anything other than that. I couldn't trust my own memories. I couldn't trust my own experiences with him. I couldn't trust anything. It's like so many of my beliefs had been completely programmed. This is so hard. This is so hard for both parties involved, because as a parent, I've seen it on my dad's perspective. And there was this one day where kind of like you're describing, I was going through the back and forth in my head of, can this really be real? Could my dad be a better guy than I always thought? Like, could this be true? But then she's so scared, because it's a really scary feeling when you've had yourself blocked off from your parent for so long. It's really scary to undo that and put yourself on the line. I'll find myself looking still at my dad's actions, at his behavior, if he does what he says he's going to do. And if there's anything he does that kind of makes me think that mom could have been right, it really screws with me mentally. So my advice for you would be love, like be expressive with your love, even if it makes you uncomfortable. You need to show up as an empathetic, present, and involved father. Here's what my dad has said to me that has made a big difference for me. He said, Maddie, I love the person you are. I'm so proud to be your dad. I am so grateful that I have this new chance to rebuild our relationship together. You're an awesome mom. You're an awesome wife. Like, he's been really vocal about that. And then there have been times where I have felt really anxious and convinced myself, oh my God, no, mom was right. This is, like, you can get back to that place. And so if your son pulls away, don't stop checking in on him. You need to stay present and be the parent that you truly are, that loving parent. You have every right to be angry in this situation. I'm so sorry. I have so much empathy and sympathy for you. That is really hard for all of you guys going through this. If you react and express your anger towards them, it's going to confirm, even though the anger is justified, it's going to confirm their beliefs, their false beliefs, that you are a mean-spirited or selfish or bad person. Here's the thing that I hope everybody really believes, because it's true. It is so true. If you can take one thing away, just take away the fact that if your children knew the truth, or if they doubted what they believe at all, if they even had the thought that they were wrong, things would be different. Okay? In order for a kid to turn their back on a loving parent, they have to be so brainwashed that, they don't consider for a second that they're wrong. Their conviction is, the strongest conviction they have in their life. That's why it's kind of traumatic when you figure out that you've been living a lie. So please redirect that anger towards the pathological person. Okay, how can a parent make it easier for the child to reconnect? So I'll give you two answers because two situations come to mind. One, if the child has not come to you reconnecting yet and you're looking for how a parent can make it easier for the child to reconnect, it would be to shower them in love. If you're still in contact, shower them in love, shower them in support. Be the healthiest, happiest, most productive, most joyful version of yourself. Build your life. If you're not in contact with them, you can focus on your life and keep the hope and the belief that they're coming back, so that when they come back, they're going to be so impressed by the life you've built in the meantime. They're going to be so proud to be your kid. And if you have a beautiful life, a healthy mind, a healthy partner, or whatever's going on that's so awesome in your life, it's going to attract them back. It really will attract them back. The pathological parent is not someone that they're going to want to be with long term. There are so many things, incidents that can start to get kids' brains, the wheels in the brains turning. I've been thinking about this a lot, and there's so many things that these pathological parents do to mess up. So really, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be that loving, present parent that you always have been. Now, here's a second scenario. If your child has been making efforts to reconnect, first of all, that's so amazing. That's a really good sign. And if they're making the first steps to reconnect, it's probably just going to take, all it will take is for you to be present, loving, supportive. They want to see a stable parent. They want to see a parent who is emotionally intelligent, who has a healthy life, a healthy mind, a healthy outlook on life, who has joy in their life. They want to see everything that they haven't gotten from the pathological parent, whether that's been years or decades. And that once they get to know you again and you show them that, it won't be hard for you to attract them back into your life. Because think about it, if a pathological parent, 95% of these people have personality disorders. If a pathological parent manages to isolate their child to the degree where they are not having a relationship with their other parent, and that child is living a life where they don't have another parent to really protect them from their pathological parent. That's something that I don't think that many people know. My 4 younger brothers, for example, they've always had really healthy, really close, loving relationships with my dad, even to the point of calling him their best friend. But for me, it's been different. So there were so many times where the boys were always with dad and I was with my mom, or where my mom would just speak to me and talk to me and treat me so differently, because I didn't have the other parent to be accountable, who would be there for me to protect me. I never told him anything. But so that's why I think it's a more dire situation than people realize, because these kids don't have a lot of these kids, not all of them, but they don't have another healthy parent there to keep the pathological parent in check. Like, all this stuff got so much worse once the divorce happened. And then once the alienation was set in stone, because before that, like, the early childhood memories for me were like, okay, we're good. Like, some of it was good because my dad was there.